All right, finally getting back in the saddle here. It feels like it's been a week or something, but non-stop interference patterns coming at me with people non-stop. So finally got a second to make a video. I'm so happy. I'm just excited that I get a chance to make one. When we left, when I was actually making a video, my last video, we were talking about how dimensions, why they get more complex as you go inward towards the singularity at the bottom here, okay? Ladder of suns. But why? Okay? And this monologue will be called the spiral gravity and the reflection dimensions model. Oh, and by the way, I have so many freaking new discoveries. It's like all my understanding expanded in all fields at once. And so now it's just like, I got so much to freaking share with you. You're not even going to, I don't even believe it. But anyways, let's get into this one. I want to show you something that completely changes how we think about dimensions and gravity. Most of us were taught to see gravity as a straight line pull, objects falling down toward a center. But look closely at this. It's not a straight line at all. It's a spiral. Everything is moving in a spiralic flow towards a singularity or 0 point at the center. This changes the entire picture. Now here's where it gets wild. If gravity is a spiral, then each dimension is like a nested echo of the same spiral. Think of them as stacked tori, one inside the other, each flowing toward its own singularity. That means every realm is a fractal echo of the next. The third dimension has its torus and its sun. The fifth has one too. The sixth, the seventh, each realm its own nested torus with its own central light source, what some traditions call the inner sun or black sun. And this model is just the focal point of that realm spiral, that individual realm spiral, okay? So each dimension sharing the same spiral, all going down to the same singularity, but it's expressed different in each dimension, okay? It's expressed differently based upon the complexity of the dimension itself, and the complexity comes from the black sun singularity down here going, and it's reflecting, spiral, inflecting. So if this was the fifth dimension, you would have, goes bounce off here, comes back, bounces, goes here, bounce, goes back, bounce, goes back. So you have all these different more perspectives going to one. Or here's another way to put it. If I have a fractal and I'm trying to look at a fractal in the third dimension, the same one in the 10th or 11th, it's going to be so much more flexible and less crystalline in its nature, because it's going to, so like when we talk about humans and cymatic shapes and how if you put all these shapes overlap them, you see what we look like, right? Well, in the same token, they are using 10th, 11th dimensional cymatic shapes. So let's say in the third dimension, we had 10 cymatic shapes, or let's just say the 7 energetic bodies that make up us. That would mean in the 11th dimension, you would have 77 fractal bodies that make up the one body that's in the third dimension. Does that make sense what I'm saying? 7 energetic bodies here, and the 11th, 11 times 7 is 77. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the fractal in the 11th is going to have way more reflections of the same fractal because it's bouncing off each dimension, and each one it's bouncing more. So as it comes, the lower you get or closer inward to the singularity, the more of these reflections coming off the dimensions are coming back down. So they come up through the singularity black sun at the center goes up, then that's when the reflections start, because the dimensions, higher dimensions, are inward towards the singularity. But then comes the fourth dimension. This is the first reflection point. It's the mirror realm. Why? Because it's the first layer after the third where your energy starts reflecting back at you. The fourth acts like a hall of mirrors, bouncing your patterns back up. This is why shadow work is so critical here. You're literally staring into your own reflection. Now look what happens as you rise into the fifth dimension. You're not seeing yourself. You're seeing three things at once. Yourself in 5D plus the reflection of 3D plus the reflection of 4D stacked on top of it. Multiple overlays at the same time. And as you go higher, the stacking increases. That's why higher planes feel lighter, less dense. It's not that they're empty. It's that there are more reflections, mean more spacing in the fractal pattern. More coherence, less clumping. This is the counterintuitive part. Closer to the singularity doesn't mean denser. It means freer. Think about sound. As you approach a pure tone, the harmonics line up, the noise falls away, and everything becomes more coherent. That's what happens as you spiral inward towards the 0 point. Energy gets lighter, faster, clearer. Just giving you a quick visualization here. So what are the implications of this model? First, it gives us a real map of dimensional navigation. Each step up isn't about escaping the world. It's about peeling away another reflection layer, tuning into a higher harmonic of the same spiral. Second, it shows why the fourth dimension is such a crucial gatekeeper. Until you face your own reflection, your own fears, you can't move into the coherence of 5D, fifth dimension. And the third, it reframes ascension not as going somewhere else, but as moving inward, deeper into the torus of your own being, from noise toward coherence, from reflections towards source. Can you see? Now let me show you another way to look at it. Let's go back to the fractal that we live in. Remember, this is the literal fractal that we live in. Okay, remember transdimensional time. Same fractal here, okay? Transdimensional time. Remember, we went over all this stuff, right? Now let me show you a different way to look at it. So we had that, right? This is time we're looking at. Now look at this. This is actually how it looks. This is the same thing. Okay, now you see this. So again, think about this, right? We were talking about the dimensions going towards the singularity, right? Keep up with me here. Dimensions going towards the inner singularity point, right? Going towards the inner singularity. But this is a fractal ladder of time as well, moving, right? Now, when we think about time and history, why does history repeat itself? Why does it rhyme but it doesn't do the same thing? I wonder why that could be. Could the shape of the fractal, this is time, right? We move in different points in here. We're in different positions of time. But the shape of the time that we're in is different. So what would that do? That would affect the octave of the toroidal field that we're in. And it would change the shape of it, which would change the reflection of the recursion of time. Do you understand? We'll get deeper into it later. Let's hop on to the next video. Hope you have a great night. Namaste.